What's up?
Hello, hello.
Hello. Let me. I'm gonna make you co-host so you can let people in, okay?
Me? Oh, okay.
Hi, Angela. We are going to just let people join. Let me share my screen.
So far, we're all matching.
Wait, there was a uniform.
There's a color palette going. Neutrals.
Neutrals, exactly. Exactly. Hey, Imani. So if you guys can just check in, we're going to get started at 11:11, give people time to come and just check in, just scan that QR code, or you can go to Slido.com and put in 3333. I'm out with the numerology right now. It's my thing. But yeah, let's get that going. I feel like let's see. I see Angela's jamming. She's always got music going. I'll be focused. Music distracts me sometimes. You can always rely on Angela for some good music. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, cool. It's the PowerPoint, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect. All right, I'm gonna just kick off a reminder to everyone. Get the world here. When you guys get a second, just go ahead and check in because we're going to show it at the end. Imani, what you been up to? How's the open market?
Hi.
Hi, still neutral. We got the neutral palette going on. How have you been?
Well, I'm consistent.
How have you been?
I am good. I'm really happy to be here and excited to see what's going on today. Yeah, we're really close to launching, which I'm super excited about. We soft launched 2 weeks ago and I'm pumped.
Okay.
Yeah. How are you?
Good. So what exactly are you launching? I thought it's been around for a while.
It has. So we've been building a marketplace, which is very similar to like Etsy. Someone was like, oh, it's like QVC or HSN times Etsy. So it's a live marketplace that my dev team has been building out. And so we built our platform and we soft launched it to like just see, like make sure that everything's working, like tech-based stuff. And then we've onboarded some vendors and we're scouting for new vendors. So I think that we'll be doing our like general public launch like May, June.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's really what it is.
That's really exciting.
Thank you.
Building tech is
yeah. That's why I didn't put the date. That's why I said like May, June. Because I mean, my dev team is amazing and they're incredibly smart. However, like sometimes there's just things that come up and you're like, oh, I didn't realize it's like a little while to code it. So, but they've been doing an amazing job. I'm like so proud of them. And every time I see it, I'm like, it's like come to life.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's exciting. It's always those things that you kind of don't think of, especially when you're building something from scratch. You can't really think of all the things. So just know that when you launch, there's going to be even more learning and have a really easy way for people to get you feedback. That's what I tell all of my clients.
Yeah.
Really easy way.
we've been doing a couple feedback sessions where people get on and they like test it out and like kind of try to break it. So we did that for the soft launch. And then our next step, we're going to get a couple people to get in there and try to break things as well. And thankfully, people haven't been able to break anything. So it's
good.
It's a good thing. So yeah.
That's very good. Well, make sure you check in because we're going to show this slide at the end so everybody can follow each other and support each other.
Okay.
So make sure you put your Instagram handle and then also your name. Okay.
Perfect.
Julie, feel free to do the same thing. We're just waiting a little bit, checking in with people, catching up. We're going to get started at 11:11.
Yay.
Unintended. Let's
Hello there.
Hi, welcome. Oops, I don't know what I just did. I did something to you, Gabby. I think I muted you. And Gabby, get the just make sure we keep track of the attended on the prep doc.
Got it.
Hi, Siobhan.
Hi.
We're just checking in and catching up. We'll do introductions in a second and introduce everyone. Just make sure you check in, put your Instagram handle and your first name into our little poll because we're gonna show it at the end so everybody can kind of connect with each other. I haven't seen you in so long. I was like, Siobhan, I know a couple Siobhan. How you doing, dear?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. How's business going?
It's going. I took a break. I had to take a break.
I know you were moving.
Yeah, to rebrand. So
Okay. Branding's exciting.
yeah, it's a lot of work too.
It's a lot of work for sure.
Let me see. I'm trying to get my Bluetooth connected, but okay.
Hi, Olivia. Olivia's our new PM at the agency, guys. So welcome, Olivia. Hi, Julie.
Hey there.
Hi. Hi,
How
Siobhan.
are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
We're going to be getting started in math. 3 minutes. So make sure you guys check in because I'm going to show the screen so everybody can kind of take a picture. We got Keisha in the house. Keisha. I get so excited, y'all. This is interactive too. So we're going to go over some updates, but then we're also going to have everyone introduce themselves. This is a networking opportunity also. So make sure that you're ready to, talk about yourself. No pressure. Everyone check in, just either scan the QR code or you can go to slido.com and just put 333353 and then you can, I should probably put mine in here, huh? Gabby, can you put mine in for me, please?
Yep.
Thank you. I should put all of them in there. Do Boss Bish too. Julie, you don't have an Instagram?
I'm not really doing that right now because business is doing very well without Instagram, which leads to a conversation you and I will need to have individually.
Okay, I got you. Definitely. I don't rely on Instagram for my business either. My Instagram is more like connecting with, new people. Oh, I see Siobhan. Siobhan, can you put that in the poll for me, please? That's cool too in the chat, but I just wanted everybody to be able to take a quick picture of it. And I'm going to make sure I support everyone as well. But yeah, Julie, you've been rocking and rolling, you've been busy.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Sorry, I got 2 big dogs and the long guys are here. So
oh wow. You got another dog now.
I do. We have a new puppy, a little 6-month-old plot hound. So never planned on getting 2 big dogs, but yet here I am.
Yeah, I want to get another dog. I just can't bring myself to do it.
It's a different world. They entertain each other, so I'm all good with that.
That's why I want another one.
Yes, exactly.
She just got a puppy too. That's Gabby, guys. She's my digital brand manager. But
I have my puppy's sitting over there with a bully stick right now.
Now,
I give
see,
him a bully
now
stick
you
with
guys are
every meeting.
talking
I did
about
that. I
dogs.
did that on one call.
I'm missing mine
Bandit.
now. Yeah, my big boy, my big 140-pound body pillow.
That's
I
how big
love
my family
Bandit.
dog is.
All right, ladies, it is 11:11. So I'm going to share this screen. Get your phones ready. Support each other. That's what we're here for. Let me share this other screen real quick. I'm going to take a picture of myself because I'm going to make sure that I go and support all of you. This is who we have so far. But of course, this is kind of like open forum. So I've told people they can come and go as they please. And so can you. We do have some giveaways and some really exciting things to announce. So you may want to stay to the end, but you'll be able to still do it regardless if you don't stay to the end. So everybody got it? We're good to move on? Perfect. All right, I'm gonna move on. So give me 1 second, let me pull this up. All right, so you are at the business meetup in open house for Boss Bish. We're of course gonna talk about multiple companies. This is the first time we met this year. We've got some explaining to do, but I'm ready. So this is the first time we met this year, and it's just an open house talking about changes at Kolor Addikt as well as Boss Bish. Your host for the evening. Why is my logo not loading? I don't know, y'all. But your host for the evening is myself, or afternoon. It's myself and Gabby. Gabby, can you let her in for me? I wish I could turn that off. So we're gonna be your host. If you have any questions, feel free to just put them in the chat. We'll be manning the chat. And these are the things we'll be talking about today. Quick agenda. So this is, again, it's more casual, more meetup. It'll be super interactive, just like all of my workshops and training. If you've ever attended anything with me, you know people chime in, we have fun. So we're gonna do a quick meet and greet. So get ready to introduce yourself, your business, all that fun stuff. We're gonna talk about why we went ghost. And then also the changes at Boss Bish, which I'm excited to announce. All right, and I think you guys are gonna love it. I know you're gonna love it. All right, so before we do that, as you know, if you've attended anything with me before, we got some housekeeping rules. All right, so get ready to participate. Be open to sharing. Stay muted unless you're about to talk. Be aware of your surroundings. Guys, I have literally been inside of a workshop and I saw this lady. She didn't know she was on camera and she was butt booty naked. So make sure there's no husbands or girlfriends walking behind. Check your surroundings, please. If you turn your camera on, stay present. Try to avoid multitasking. I used to try to attend multiple workshops and webinars at the same time and work on things. It doesn't work. You're going to miss things. And then feel free to ask questions as we go. All right. Any questions on housekeeping? Everybody got their clothes on. No one's in the shower. I'm serious. That really happened. And it's on YouTube, by the way. I told the organizer she didn't take it down. So that lady clearly doesn't know. All right. So we're going to start with some introductions. So Gabby, she put a little message in there. I'm going to call on you if you do not automatically participate. But what we need you to do is share your name, your business, what you do, and your #1 challenge as a solopreneur. And Angela, I'm gonna start with you because I know you got it. I'm gonna start with you. Hey, Danielle, welcome, welcome.
You ain't right. You ain't right at all.
That's why you like writing it.
Okay, yes, I picked up my pen to write because what was it again? Who I am, what I do, and
yep, and your #1 challenge.
#1 challenge. Okay, you know I got the disease in my brain, so I don't remember stuff. Okay, #1 challenge. So I'm Angela Ross, or Angela Bishop Ross, and I am I own a financial and small business services consulting firm that my dad started 38 years ago. We have tax and accounting, nonprofit, and business consulting practices. From that, I am also a business coach. I focus on business and money, and typically where new small business owners and their finances intersect with their personal finances, trying to figure out how all that works. I honestly use that as my Trojan horse to get women in particular to recognize, trust, and then follow their gut instinct so that they make best decisions possible about their business and their money. Who I am, what I do. Well, that's what I do. Who I am, I'm a wife, mom, business owner. I am a survivor of all kinds of health issues. That's just a whole nother story, too long to go into. Let's see, my biggest challenge business-wise. Well, I own this business with my 80-year-old father, who is a character. So depending on the day, I feel like I'm living in a reality TV show or a never-ending episode of Punk'd. He just think combination on any given day, Fred Sanford, George Jefferson, Bernie Mac, or Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable. So owning a business with my dad and having to, we're in the need for certain types of transitions. So I'm struggling with transitioning and pivoting within the business, and I'm struggling with staff, with systems, along with merging. I have my coaching practice is thriving. It's thriving, and I've been operating them separately, and so I need to really merge them together. And so I'm just trying to figure all that out. And I'm like, so that's what it is. That's who I am.
Beautiful. Imani, I know you gave a little bit, but your name, of course I just said your name, your business, what you do, and then your number one challenge.
Perfect. So my name is Imani, and I am really excited to be here. Angela, I really want to connect with you because I've come across a lot of people who need support with accounting and finances. And so I think we would really mesh well, and a lot of people would benefit from your services. So soft plug, gonna chat you up in the chat. So I am the founder of Open Market, and it is a virtual pop-up and marketplace for BIPOC, Black, Indigenous people of color, and POC, people of color businesses. And I'm on a mission to create this new economy where we get to support ourselves and we get to see ourselves in our highest power, and we get to be in control of our financial future, and we get to design the life where we can do whatever we want to do, whether it's working on a beach or working in a co-working space or taking a whole month off. And so that is what I'm pushing for. I am an artist, art educator, turned tech founder. I am somebody who believes in community, somebody who is a connector. I like to say that I can talk to anyone about almost anything. There are a couple topics that I really try to stay away from. Folks push me there and I'm like, you don't want the smoke. So that is about me. And I would say the number one challenge that I have as a solopreneur is securing capital as a female founder, as a Black woman, and always getting into this conversation about equity and giving up equity in my company. Something that I believe really wholeheartedly is to hold on to 100% of equity in my company, which has made it extraordinarily challenging to secure the bag because people love my idea, believe in what we're doing, but want a large chunk of this company.
Gotcha. Okay. I love it. That's a real mature problem. I like it. Look at Angela.
Oh, ask me tomorrow.
All right, I'm just gonna go in order of who's on my screen. Julie, you are next here. And the camera is optional, but you can just unmute yourself. Oh, you're still muted.
Thank you. Hey guys, I was wondering. My name is Julie Kruger. I own Gold Side Labels. I've owned this company for about, well, let me start off with who I am. I live in Florida, and I'm a kayaker, biker, puppy owner, crazy woman, having a good time. I own Gold Side Business. Basically, I do custom labels for growing businesses. And what it's turned into, it was going to be to support other small businesses, getting their brand out, et cetera, building just supply chain kind of labels. It's turned into, I got a customer in the cannabis industry, and I now have grown probably, and this goes into my problem section, I've probably grown 200%, 250% over the last 8 months. With everything going on in the supply chain world, getting materials, I've been able to find sources for materials and find manufacturers that can still hit a 2 to 4 week deadline, which my customers love, which is growing my business hand over fist. So we have solved the capital problem, which was a big concern a few months ago. Growing fast can have its own set of issues. And now finding help and virtual assistance and what I can pass off. Building processes. I just completed that, which I never emailed you back, Chryssy, sorry about that. But yeah, so just trying to stay in front of the wave is what I'm doing right now. The business has been phenomenal. It's great. So I feel very blessed that this has been, I've been given this opportunity. So I'm trying to make as much out of it as I can.
Beautiful. Love it. All right, I'm gonna hop to. What'd you say? I missed it.
The cannabis industry is growing.
I know, that's why I'm gonna hop to Danielle, because I'm sure she perked up a little bit. So Danielle,
I knew you were gonna come to me, but can you come back to me? Let me just say this, that I slept for 8 hours for the first time, and I don't even know when's the last time I ever slept for 8 hours. So I feel like $1 million right now, and I'm actually making myself breakfast. So I don't want to burn my mushrooms. So give me one second.
All right, I got you.
Okay.
She's in a similar industry, so I knew she was probably like, ooh, but we'll come back to her. Erica, you want to go?
Yes, I can go.
That red lip, by the way. The red lip. Stop it.
I'm like in the co-working space, and it's like a really, really big tech hub, and they have like these little things that look like phone booths. Like it's like this little booth, you know, when you got to go take a call or jump on a meeting. It's so adorable. There's like so many of them. But anyways, hey y'all. My name is Erica. My mom is calling me. Okay, my name is Erica. I am originally from Ohio, and I have been in Chicago for 9 years now. I have a pretty interesting background. I have my first degree is from Columbia. I studied advertising and design, and then my second degree is I have a master's in economic development. And so kind of how I see the two is when just looking at the foundation of design, I think it's like a pinpoint and a catalyst for everything. If we talk about the built environment, if we talk about zoning, all of that stuff works in how our money flows, which is what I'm super passionate about. So actually, I have a platform that Chryssy has complete. I think there's like 2 or 3 little bugs that need to be fixed. But the name of the platform is called Barter-E. I'm gonna drop it in the good old chat, and it is a digital platform for entrepreneurs to be able to barter their services with one another. So I feel like a lot of us have that same mission in creating this new economy of bartering and helping one another out. So that is the platform that I have. I've been working on it for 2 years. And then my other child is I own a tax firm. So just like Angela, I'm a nerd for numbers. Angela and I, we talk, so I'm a nerd for numbers, but I'm really super passionate about business owners that are in that 0 to 3 year phase. And I really like busting those myths, because people come with the craziest stuff, and I'm okay with saying like, bro, you cannot write that off. So I love that. And then on the outside of tax season, going back into the economics, I just do a lot of economic like development work here with architects that are building particularly on public land in Chicago. So if we're thinking about like park districts and community centers, and basically the type of questions I ask them is like, what is the impact of what you're building? Is this going to increase tourism? Is it going to increase commerce? What are you doing? Is this beneficial? Is it going to cause gentrification? What are you doing? So I like those tough questions because yeah, I like those kind of questions. So yeah, that's about me. Yeah, and that's all I got.
What about your number one challenge?
Oh, my number one challenge. Oh my gosh. Wow. I would say my number one challenge is there's a few of them, but I believe I've overcome them, whether if it's like hiring or just finding ways to optimize my time better. And I believe I've overcome my number one challenge by just doing it, because once you do whatever you're struggling with, it'll all work out, because you got to do it to see what's wrong and how it'll work. So I believe I've overcome my number one challenge just by taking a leap in whatever is going on in my brain.
I love it. I love it. Failing forward. Just do it anyway.
Yeah.
You don't have to have all the answers. She's a researcher too, y'all. She will research something till it's dead. Like she will have a million resources for you. All right. Keisha, you want to go? I'm not sure what kind of state you're in, but I would love it if you would introduce yourself, your business, and what you do, and your number one challenge.
Okay, Crystal.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rikisha Townsell, and I am in Indianapolis, right outside of Chicago, neighbor. I am a inspiring entrepreneur. Business has not yet kicked off, so I am joining today to be inspired to, I guess my challenge is getting started. But we see LLC is a mentor program, parenting, coaching, and currently in my role now, I'm a family engagement liaison for schools and the community, and kind of just want to bridge off into my own business of doing that on my own, contracting on my own. So that's a little about me. Just got 2 teenagers getting ready to graduate, and that's where my focus is at right now. And then hopefully I can focus on me.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Welcome. Danielle, you ready? Don't burn those mushrooms though. If not, I'll have Olivia and Gabby unmute for a second and say hi.
Okay, that would be helpful. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Self-care
We'll stop for you. You
another...
good.
Yes, thank you.
Gabby, you want to kick it off?
Sure. Should I talk
Gabby
about...
has a business too, so feel free to, do your plug.
Okay. I guess I'll do that first. Hi, my name's Gabby. My business is called Después Designs. It is a sticker. Well, now it's turning into a stationery business. So I'm starting to branch out into, I'm making like coffee cups, like iced coffee cups. The popular ones now are those, I'll have them next to me. They look like those like beer glasses. So I do like vinyl beer glass mugs with the glass straws and different like design stickers. My biggest challenge at first was kind of transferring from, I initially started off on Etsy and kind of going from Etsy and trying to go onto my own thing, like going on my own website and going independent from that. And now my biggest challenge is consistent sales. So driving those sales consistently, getting that consistent sales. So Imani, you talking about those open markets, things like that. I recently did a pop-up. So I was like, ooh, I want to do that. And then talking about Kolor Addikt, I am also the digital brand manager with Kolor Addikt. So we recently relaunched the marketing branch for Kolor Addikt. So I handle all of the marketing clients. So I do the social media management, the content creation, all that fun stuff around the social media spectrum.
She also handles her stuff too.
Oh yeah, that. and now
just forget me, like just the clients. We handle the clients. She does the clients too.
Yeah, and we'll be doing the Bawse Bish social media stuff too.
Yes. Olivia's super new with us, so you have no idea. This is literally like day number 2, I think. So just feel free to introduce yourself and whatever you want to say, dear.
Hi everyone, my name is Olivia. I'm a super I'm a young.
You gotta speak up, dear. It's a little low.
Okay, my name is Olivia. I'm a young mom. I have a toddler, and he's just 2. I'm actually new to. I just started taking a career in tech. I started taking classes when I was pregnant, and I'm still new to doing things to make money for myself, like chasing a career and all.
I can't hear you, dear. You gotta talk closer to your mic. Maybe you're on a different mic.
Okay. Can you hear me better now?
A little bit. Is it just me? Can you guys hear? No. Kinda.
Okay.
That's better.
It is better. My name is Olivia. I'm a young mom.
Something's wrong with your mic.
I don't know.
It's like going in and out. For me, it's going in and out. I heard pieces of it. You have a toddler. You're just joined Kolor Addikt.
What's wrong? I don't know. Okay, please just give me a moment.
Okay, you're good. We gotta fix it because we gotta call after this too. Rhonda, welcome, dear. We're doing quick introductions and then we're gonna hop into our spiel. So you want to introduce your name, your business, what you do, and your #1 challenge? If you can.
Hello. Okay, I can now. I had to go out the room. My name is Rhonda Terry, and my business is Got to Go Fitness, and I provide workout exercises on social media and virtual and in-person exercise, workout, and personal training. My target age is women over 50. And I've been doing this since March 2021. And my biggest challenge is the social media tech part. Anything dealing with the social media or technology has been my struggle, but I'm learning. I'm getting better.
Definitely. All right, let's hop in.
Let me just say one thing though, but thanks in a big part to Chryssy, because she helped me to focus, and I like her direct approach. She doesn't play around, and that helped me a lot to focus. I had to say that. I appreciate all the advice she gave me.
No problem. She originally came to me for a website, and you guys, she did her own website. It's beautiful. She didn't think she could, but she did it. It's beautiful.
But wait, okay, I gotta say one more thing. So when I approached Chryssy, I was like, I want a website. And she was like, no. What am I going to do a website and you have nothing to sell and you don't know what you're talking about? I was like, oh, I guess you're right. So it's just, I just love it. I love it. But so I'm getting there. I'm doing good considering the technology part of it. Okay, that's it, everybody. You with a good group.
Thank you.
I have about 60 videos now on YouTube.
Woo!
Yay.
And I have all kind of exercises. I have, jump rope, hula hoop, walking in place, kettlebell. I have something for people who are in a wheelchair. So you guys take a look. Got to Go Fitness YouTube.
I gotta interrupt. I'm someone who is have mobility issues. I'm physically disabled, partially paralyzed, and I use her exercises. So
yay!
Thumbs up. And I have referred her videos and her site to similar folks. So she does a great job. So I just wanted to do a quick plug.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, I love it. You are rocking and rolling. I got clients still I'm trying to beg them to do one little live. You got 60 videos.
But now that's my other challenge. I haven't did any live yet. I'm working on that. That's going to be within the next couple of months. I'm going to do a live, and if it flops or if it's wonderful, I'm going to do it. Like you say, just do it.
Exactly. Just do it. Just do it. You'll never feel ready. You just got to do it. And then at some point, it'll just be really natural to you. I promise.
Yeah. Okay.
Have I led you wrong?
You have not led me wrong, but it's what comes so easy for you is really not so easy for me.
Scroll down to the bottom of my Instagram. You're gonna see me all like seriously. Danielle, you ready?
I can go.
Rhonda.
Thank you.
I'm ready when you are, Danielle.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. It's still morning here in California. So I am Danielle Motley Lewis, and I am the founder and chief strategist of the Motley Collective, which is a social impact consulting firm. I work with nonprofits, businesses in the cannabis industry and outside of the cannabis industry on primarily program and project management and strategy support. I feel like there's so much more to that explanation, but that's what it is right now. My biggest challenge in my business, besides eating breakfast, and that's why I'm so excited to eat my breakfast right now. My biggest challenge in my business, I have a few, but I will say pricing. And Chryssy, don't give me the side eye. I know we've discussed this before, but my pricing outside of the cannabis industry is one thing. It's set. That's what it is. I have primarily California customers. You gonna get what you're gonna get. That's my rate. But then I have people from Texas contacting me and people from Florida. And so that, that premium that Californians are used to paying is not always doable for folks. So pricing would be my biggest challenge.
So much I want to say, but no time to say it. Schedule a call with me. All right, we got to get rocking and rolling because we got a lot for you guys today. So we're going to start off with talking about why we ghosted. I'm sorry, guys. I've been quiet this year because I've been busy. So outside of catching COVID, turning 30, I caught COVID from going on vacation from my 30s. So y'all that tells you how wild my 30th birthday was. I caught COVID. I'm okay. No residual effects. And then just planning. I've been real busy. And so before we get into what's changing at Bawse, Bish, and all the exciting stuff we have, we got to tell you what we've been up to. So with the introduction of Gabby, we've been doing some fun stuff and I'm excited to share. Y'all, I got nerves, okay? So the first thing, our first physical product. So it's right here. And I'm going to show you guys just like, y'all, can I just say, for those of you who are having like systems and people problems, I didn't touch this. I saw this for the first time when it came to my door. Thanks to Gabby and Patch, my designer. They cranked this bad baby out when I was sick and I wasn't even in the office. So this thing is amazing. So you guys know how we always do the social media holiday calendars with like the hashtags and stuff. This is now a physical version and we have them available at our store. So Gabby's gonna put the link in there, but we're also doing a giveaway for everyone who attends today. So we're gonna give one of these away. It's pretty dope, y'all. I'm so proud of my team. This is like proud parent moment and I didn't have to touch it. I didn't have to touch it. It's amazing. I literally was like, what's this package at my door? It's heavy. And then I looked at it, I'm like, oh, okay. So we're giving one away. You don't have to do anything to enter. We'll do like a little spin wheel at the end. You don't have to stick around to get it. We'll just give one away. All right. It goes to January 2023 too, by the way. We've also launched our freebie vault. So we got lots and lots of freebies, some of them that you guys have already seen. So make sure you check that out. She's gonna put a link in the chat. We're gonna be slamming you guys with links. So just get ready to like put them somewhere. Okay. We're releasing new products also, like, and resources every single month. We're also doing our monthly trainings as highly requested. And she's not here yet, but hopefully she makes it because I got a shout out for someone. But we're doing our monthly trainings. So this month, the first one that's coming up is March 31st, how to plan your social media content. This is a 3-part series. We're going to talk about how to plan, how to batch create. We don't do that one post randomly type of thing. And then how to analyze your social media. So Keisha texted me earlier today, looking at the analytics and knowing like what to do and how to react and how to build your strategy off of analytics. That will be in May. All right, so we have a 3-part series. Go sign up for that. She's putting links again. Angela says, oh my gosh, we are truly the same person. Yes. You called yours Freebie Vault? That's Gabby.
Hey.
It's that California sunshine, right? It's that California, because aren't you in California?
I am in California.
Yeah, it's that Yay area situation. It's that Yay area situation.
Yay
That's what it is.
How'd you know? I am in the Bay Area.
She knows you. That's too funny. And then we also did our resource page. So you guys asked me like, what do you use for this? What do you use for that? This particular link, you guys ask me for links to stuff all the time. So finally, I just put everything in one place, and we're going to continue to keep adding stuff here, what I'm using for this. Like Tiffynee texted me the other day. This was actually a suggestion by Kristen. She's not here yet, but thank you, Kristen, if you watch the recording. Just make my life a lot easier because y'all be asking all these questions, and I'd rather just have one place you can just see everything we use and get whatever you want. All right. So we launched that. I'm on podcasts every single week. So Mariam's not here, but she gets me booked on different podcasts. If you have a show, you can definitely book me as a guest. Gabby's going to put a link for that as well. So that's what I've been doing all this year as well, as being guest on different podcasts. I do one every single week on different people's podcasts, including my own show that you guys already know I do every single Wednesday. Haven't skipped it. I've been rocking and rolling now for, I think, 3 years. So stuff is getting buried down, but I've literally been showing up consistently. We accept guests bi-weekly. We're always looking for guests. So Imani, you can talk about open market. Feel free to come on and promote your business on our IG Live. Or if you have something to just share with any entrepreneurs, creators, freelancers, that's kind of who our target is. Thanks to Tiffynee, when you watch this recording. Some of you were there. So the last workshop we did was the Trello 3-part series workshop, and Tiffynee got in my ass. She got in my ass. She said, I do all these videos and workshops and stuff, but I just kind of, y'all know me, I just go, forward thinking, not really thinking about like putting it everywhere. She was like, you need to put your stuff on YouTube. So we finally launched our YouTube channel. Please go subscribe, go support. You guys already know, like I've sent you resources there most likely. A lot of the videos I send right now are on Loom, and we're going to take some time to like put some of that stuff on YouTube. So it's just easier for me to share it and not in this like private database where I got to send out all these different links. So that's coming real soon as well. As soon as I find somebody to go through all my Loom videos. I have over 1,000 Loom videos. You guys know I send Loom videos. Each of you have probably gotten at least 2 from me. So that's coming real soon. We have a business directory now. So what I'm trying to do is, so we already have a really large network, but I be forgetting what everybody does because I have a lot of people in my network, y'all. So make sure you sign up for our business directory so that if someone comes to me and they need taxes, if they need this, I can go just search my directory and send them your information. We're also doing strategic partnerships. So if you want to partner with me in any kind of way, whether that's a referral strategy or commission or whatever, schedule a collab call with me. She's putting links again. Thank you, Rhonda. Thanks, Imani. As Gabby said, we relaunched or reopened, I should say, our marketing services. If you guys don't know about the agency that I run, I had to kind of close the marketing just because the agency got really, really big. And so with bringing Gabby on, I was still able to focus on building these packages back up and offering them out. We've been really busy with that since Gabby's got a handful of clients already. We're always taking spots for that as well. So she's putting that in there. But thank you, Gabby. And our Refer and Earn program, we launched finally our referral program. So make sure you sign up. She's putting a link for that as well. There's a link also at the bottom of our website. So anytime you send people to us, you earn credits. So make sure you sign up for that. All right, guys. So all of that stuff, that was like 10 slides while running a creative agency, catching COVID, birthday. That's why I've been quiet. All right. I've been busy. I've been so busy. And I found this little gift, y'all. This is literally how I feel in this very moment. I'm like exhausted. Okay. So I have been working, but my team is super, 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 super great. So now getting into kind of like what we're here for, which is the updates. And we'll just kind of hang out at the end, by the way, but I just kind of want to say what's coming to Bawse so you guys can know what to anticipate. So I found this quote and they kind of tweaked it, right? Where focus goes, the energy flows, and Bawse is getting much more focused. So I'm going to be introducing my Build, Grow, Thrive model. So secretly, Angela's like going nuts. Secretly, I have been categorizing you guys in my mind of the challenges that you have. And the reason why I want to share it with you, because I think it will help you focus on where you are in your business and what you need to work on. Okay, so just quick note, you're gonna wanna take some notes, all right? Because this is gold to me. And this is literally what I've been doing in my discovery calls. I just naturally do it, but I actually documented it. And so it's gonna be very helpful. All right, so let's start with the build. So the build, you're typically in like the 0 to 3 years. You're trying to still figure out how to bring in consistent revenue. And each of you have already talked about kind of where you are in your business, and you will see that your focus or what you should like solve for is kind of right here. Like I was really spot on with all this, but you're struggling to bring in consistent revenue, right? Offers are still kind of flexible. What I mean is your prices are kind of like, I could do this, I could do that. Like there's still some like leeway in there, or maybe you don't even know what your prices are or what your packages are. So remember Rhonda said when she first met me, she was like, I need a website, but had no idea how she was gonna help, right? The world is really your oyster, you can pick, but this type of person, we're still trying to figure out what that is, or you might have it, but you're just kind of like wavy on it. And then you think you need to focus more on marketing and social media emails. You think you need to just focus on like marketing and exposure when in reality is sales. So your focus, right? What you need to be focused on in this stage is curating your environment. So these are things like your morning routine, your workstation, right? If you look at some of the Grow and Thrives, you'll see we're in like spaces, right? And it doesn't have to be an office, but it just needs to be something where you can kind of thrive in that area. You need to understand your numbers, right? What does it take for you to make sales? What does it take for you to make your sales goal? Does your sales goal include paying yourself properly, profit, taxes, business expenses? Are all these things baked in? You need to build your offers and like solidify them. So no like pricing fluctuality. And then mindset and presence is the biggest thing in build. Most of my build clients, they think other things are the problem when in reality, like Erica was kind of saying, just get out there and do it. That's really the issue in this stage. You just gotta try. And most importantly, if you don't do anything else, develop your sales process. Understand how you connect with clients and customers first and foremost, and then we can streamline that and figure out how to turn up the heat in that area. So let's build. All right, then we're gonna go into Thrive. So Grow, my Grow people. So you finally figured out how to generate sales, but you need to turn up the heat. All right, so I know how to make sales, but I need to make more of it. Okay, and there's a key difference between Grow and Build. Build, you can make some. We all know it's easy to make money, right? Money is abundant, but you haven't figured out how to do it consistently. Grow people can do it consistent, but they just need to turn it up to hit their real big money goals. You're currently wearing all or most of the hats. Yes, I will send you the recording. You're scaling up. So your challenge or your question is like, how can I scale this up while avoiding burnout? So right now you're probably working a crap ton. You have no work-life balance, right? You're just working a lot and just wearing all these different things, and there's a never ending to do. And so your question is like, how can I scale this up without killing myself? Right now, you don't see it being possible. You're probably asking yourself, how are people doing this full time? How are these other entrepreneurs doing it full time? That's your question in this stage. So your focus is hire support staff. Ask direct on support. Okay, I'm gonna explain that in just a second. And outsource as much as you can. Start properly delegating work and projects. And what that means is when you're in the beginning of the growth stage, you have a hard time letting go because you think nobody can do it like you. But my dear, people can do it better than you. I did not touch this. Again, we're doing this as a giveaway for those who are joining. I did not touch this, and it is amazing. All right, so people can do it better than you. Delegate your work and projects. Building systems and checklists, and then documenting and streamlining processes. This is kind of the start. Okay, the start of this. Whether you have a process, whether you like it or not. It's just whether it is an efficient one or effective one. And my Thrive, where we all want to be and go. Even though technically you want to get past Thrive, because Thrive still has challenges as well. All right, so Thrive, you've hit critical mass. You are overwhelmed with all the success. You got all these different things and everything's working. All right, everything's working. You're being pulled in a million different directions. And the key thing with Thrive is you have other things you want to launch, but you can't figure out how to get it all done. So you need, let's not go to solutions. You're busy working in your business and not on your business. Okay, so the focus here is to automate, delegate, streamline systems so you can work on the business and not in the business. So literally start to automate, streamline, delegate those services or whatever your actual day-to-day is so that you can start pulling yourself completely out. So your focus here is going to build your management, or I call it my core team, build your management team who are going to manage those projects for you, right? So you are hands off and you can start working on the business versus the support staff is more like VA, more like maybe a content manager, maybe it's outsourcing to a marketing agency. That's a support team where your management team, they actually own stuff. It's their job to make this thing happen. You kind of hands off, all right? And then more importantly, prioritize projects and build strategic roadmaps for execution. So a lot of times when you have all these different ideas and things are just kind of like, you got this other business you want to launch, you got this podcast you want to start, and this other person told you an idea, you got to prioritize, right? Figure out what can happen first, path of least resistance. I have a priority matrix I'm working on. Angela and I have did it, so shout out to Angela. I have a priority matrix that I'm working on that will help you prioritize those projects. So pay attention to the store and to the freebie for more information on that. But you got to prioritize and then build a roadmap to have that thing kind of happen over time. Otherwise, it just won't happen, whatever that baby is. Okay. So we have a self-assessment coming soon. I'm sure you identify with multiple stages, but throw in the chat and let me know what stage you think you're at. I have an idea. I just want to check myself to see. There's no shame here. You can learn from each other. Like, builders can learn from thrivers and vice versa. And so there's no shame in what stage you're at, but this is how I literally have begun to categorize my clients so that I can help them better. So I can kind of identify what their actual challenges are. Thrive is crazy. That's why I say you want to kind of go past Thrive. I'm in Thrive as well. You want to go past Thrive because Thrive is, it's not fun, y'all. You got all these things you want to do and you just feel like bounded. All right, so we got some builders. Rhonda, you can't be all over the place. You see, this is again, builders think that they need all the stuff that grow and thrive. Builders need to focus on sales. That's why I put those focuses. It's not to say that you don't need marketing and support staff and a management team. Everybody needs everything, but when you can identify what stage you're in, then you know where to focus. You are only one person, people, only one. Even if you have a team, you're still just one person. All right, beautiful. So we got some builders, growers, some thrivers. Angela, I don't see yours in there. It's calling you out only because I see your camera right here.
Can you put the stages up again, please?
Yeah. All three.
Right. That's literally what I was typing. Yep.
So build, grow, and thrive.
Can I be in all three?
No. Oh, here's the thing. Okay, so hold on. I'm so glad you asked that question, Angela. I know why you're saying that because I know you very well and we talk all the time. You are saying that, my dear, because you have multiple businesses. So your business, these are business stages, not necessarily your stage. So for example, Kolor Addikt is in Thrive, Boss Bish is in Grow. Okay, so that's probably why you're saying that, because you're thinking Ultra Biz is probably like at Grow, right? You're just starting that new system you talked about, you're building those things. You know how to make sales, that's not an issue, right? Once you start worrying about numbers, you know you're past build. If you're still worrying about numbers and how to make sales, my dear, everyone who is still worried about consistent revenue, you are a builder, and it's nothing wrong with that. You just got to focus on sales. How do you generate revenue in a consistent way? Okay, so same thing for you, Danielle. I know you got multiple businesses. If you're confused, it's probably because you got multiple things. So categorize your businesses by build, grow, thrive. Consistent revenue, yep, it's not your issue. Beautiful. Again, I'm working on a self-assessment so you can figure it out, okay? I knew that was gonna be a question. When me and Gabby were coming up with this, I was like, we found a tool to do it and everything, and I was gonna try to crank it out before. I was like, no, I'm not doing it, okay? I would love to give you guys that right now, but yeah. So is this helpful? Do you guys feel like having like these buckets of what you need to focus on, understanding where you are in your particular business? Me personally, I find it helpful in helping my clients. But hey, Tia, you just snuck on in there. Oh, hey, I see more people join. What's up, y'all? Make sure you introduce yourself in the chat. We did like introductions. We're gonna hang out afterwards too. Guides are helpful. Yeah, I'll be basically everything in Boss Bish will kind of be structured in this flow, right? So we'll have build workshops, build training, build boot camps. We'll talk about that in a second. We'll also have grow. You'll be able to attend different ones because like you said, like everyone just said, we need it all, right? But your focus, because you are only one person. Let me give you an example. Say you're doing calendar blocking, you schedule your work week and you are in the build. You can do social media marketing, you can do hiring, you can hire support staff, you can do all that, but you should be focused on sales, meaning 50% or more of your work should be sales, generating activities. So if you are one of my clients in the build section, I have said this to you for sure before. Audit your work of what you're doing. Put a money bag symbol next to anything that makes you money. This is not a trick question. Social media does not make you money unless it does, but it most likely doesn't because it's marketing, not sales. So anything next to like your task, whether you do to-do list or you do Trello, put a money bag next to it, okay? Then look at everything and ask yourself, what percentage of time am I actually working on sales generating tasks? Everybody can do this, by the way, but if you're build, your focus should be here. You should start there, right? If you're not connecting with a certain amount of people per week, right? You're building your network, building your connections, building those opportunities. That's what you need to be focused on in that stage. Hey, Tia from Michigan. Woo woo. I am very much at the point where I hope I can do it all. So this, okay, beautiful. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate the feedback. Once I got this out of my head, y'all was like, oh, this is good. So trademark pending, okay? Don't be taking screenshots and sharing it with your friends. No, I'm just kidding. You can take screenshots. We'll share the recording too. All right, so while we're all here, so again, forget all the reasons you can't and focus. Y'all should just know Chryssy is all about focus. You can do a lot of things, but if you're not focused, you're gonna feel like you're not making progress, right? There's a difference between productivity and busy, right? So are you productive? Are you actually making progress towards the things you want to do? All right, so with that, we're gonna talk about our two, what's changing in our memberships. So for anyone, I don't know why that picture isn't loading, y'all. It's there, I promise. But for anyone who isn't a member, I'm not gonna go through all of the current memberships. I'm just gonna go through what's changing, okay? Just because we do have some active members here right now. So I read the word. Starter is really built for build members, right? It could be build and grow, but it's really, really built for build members. And this package is for getting constructive feedback, connecting with entrepreneurs that actually care. One of the things that you need in this stage that I didn't put on the slide is like positive reinforcement. You need to subliminally tell yourself that it's possible. Continue to put yourself around people like Julie and Angela and myself who are doing it every single day, because what that's going to do is tell your mind this is possible. Right now, if you're still trying to figure out if it's possible, you're a builder, okay? Because it's more than possible. It's actually really doable. It's actually really easy. I explained it to someone last night because they asked me like, what is it like running a business full time? It's not hard. It's difficult, but it's not hard. And I explained it like, you have all these balls you're holding, like those little, not heavy balls, like those little playpen balls, the little ones with air. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The little kids playing them. You have like a whole bunch and you dropping some, you trying to catch them. So the task is not hard. Your hands aren't heavy. It's just a difficult task. So it's just a lot of things you're managing. That's the way that I explained it last night, literally. And so that is the difference, right? And so if you need still that like positive reinforcement, you need to connect with people, you need mentoring, accountability, the starter is best for you. I don't even recommend doing the premium package, just because the premium is really meant for people who are in the midst of things. And so the new thing with starter is we're going to be doing peer matchups and mentoring. Okay, so I'm gonna have it where Grow and Thrivers will mentor builders, and then also we'll do peer matchups. So you'll be matched up with another builder because you need someone kind of in the trenches with you. And as Gabby told me when we were building the slide deck, misery loves company. So we're gonna match you up with someone who's in that field or in that stage with you so that you can kind of bounce ideas off each other, complain with each other, but you still have that mentor to kind of pull you along, and myself, of course, to pull you along. All right. Any questions? You guys can unmute and ask questions at any time. I'm keeping an eye on the chat, so I appreciate all the helpful feedback, and I'll go through that after, make sure I didn't miss anything. But feel free to unmute at any time. If you missed the housekeeping notes, my stuff's always interactive. We always chop it up. There's no like need to wait till the end or anything like that. Premium. So premium has had a lot of changes. So we are going to monthly sessions because baby, I don't have a week. I don't have, as you guys saw, if you missed that part, I'll share the recording, but I got a lot of stuff going on with the agency. And so we're going to scale it back because really Grow and Thrivers don't need weekly sessions. Who needs weekly sessions is really like builders, because you need that like constant accountability. Grow and Thrivers, you need monthly because you're going to get it done. If you know the task to do, you're going to get it done. And so that's kind of the difference there, the main difference. And then also there's an exclusive workshop that should say and trainings. So that is still the same, but the 4 new things that we're launching with premium. So we're going to do quarterly planning intensives. So I can't remember. I know Angela was there. So when we did I think Angela was there. Did anyone here attend my quarterly planning intensive? We did it Q4.
Yep, I was there.
Okay.
I was there.
So we're going to do that every quarter and more actionable. We did it actionable then, but of course, if we have more time, we'll be able to really set goals and focus for the quarter. We're completely ditching monthly goals just because it's a lot for us to maintain and keep up with. We were holding you guys accountable for that. But what we're going to do instead is manage them on a quarterly basis and help you come up with the focus based off of what your specific challenges are. So if you've attended that before, great. As a starter member, you'll still have access to all of these things at a discounted rate because we'll be doing them kind of public, but premium will get access, like all inclusive access. Okay. The BB think tanks, again, you are attending a Boss Bish in case you don't know what BB means. This is a think tank. So Angela and I actually did one together for myself, but think tanks are essentially, you got this big grand, oh, Erica and I have done one too for her. But you got this big grand idea and you just want to kind of throw stuff at the wall and you just want feedback from, you know, people are actually in it and understanding your challenges. So Angela and I, when we did ours, it was more about how do I start? So you guys may have seen that Empower Black logo coming soon. That's a baby that has been on my heart for a long time, literally. So how do we get that started? And basically the focus for me was to pull myself out of the agency, which I've done pretty well. But that's kind of what a think tank is. So you have this big grand idea and you want to brainstorm it with other entrepreneurs. So that's what a think tank is. It's kind of like Shark Tank. Is it called Shark Tank? Yeah, I think it's called Shark Tank. And then multi-day boot camps and training. That's what I'm really excited about, you guys. So we're going to do multi-day boot camps, and that will look like a grow boot camp. And your focus will be maybe it's creating this specific system, getting into the details where we will, you know, create your onboarding system for your team members, figure out what kind of, maybe you're building your first, your remote team and you're hiring that first VA, whatever that is, we'll break it down per stage. And we're going to do multi-day boot camps. That's really hands-on. Okay. And then the virtual and in-person retreats, you guys have been literally on my butt about a retreat. So if anyone would love to help me plan that, please. Y'all, everyone literally asks me every single time at the retreat, but that's coming as well this year. We're going to do one in person and we might do a couple virtual and have speakers and all that fun stuff too. All right. So this is a new member offer for those of you who are not current members. All right, thank you, Angela. For those of you who are not current members, these are the offers. Gabby's gonna put a link if you wanna sign up. This is the offer for the current memberships. We have a special starter offer today. So say if you just want starter. By the way, I should say that Grow and Thrive can do starter as well. It's just meant for build. So if you still need that positive reinforcement or just want to connect or have a place where you can bounce ideas, get feedback, most of you should be aware of what the community is and what it looks like. If not, check our website. But the starter offer that we have today is 3 months for free. So she's going to put a link in where you can sign up for that. We do have a referral program for that as well. So bring your besties. All right. So this is an open environment. Sorry, guys, I'm getting mail. It's every time at this time. I should just not schedule stuff. Give me 1 second. Well, she's going to come. See, she just got to stop her. Then she's good. All right, it's giveaway time. So that's my spiel. Does anyone have any questions on like Boss Bish, the changes, what happens now, anything like that before we get into the giveaway? And then we're just gonna do kind of like a meet and greet mixer type of thing. Everyone can come in, come out. We'll be hanging out, all that fun stuff. Any questions before we move on to the giveaway? Cool, Gabby, you got that? I'm gonna stop my share. Did we get everyone in? We got one more person that just joined. And again, we're giving away one of these physical calendars, not the digital one. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but the digital one is free, guys. Just like always, it's online in our freebie vault. You can download that. So you don't need the physical one, but I like the physical one to put it up, especially when we're doing like our quarterly planning. It has all of like the national days and all that fun stuff down here.
Oh, cool. Yep, I got it. Let me do it.
Take your time. Make sure we got everyone there.
Okay. I do this.
See how lucky everyone is.
Click to spin.
Let's spin it. Tia, that's great. That's very convenient for me. Very convenient for me. So let's go ahead. I'll give away one more. I'll give away one more because I was planning on doing some shipping. So let's go ahead and give away one more. Tia's in Michigan, so I'm just gonna hand it to her.
Okay, you removed her. Okay, ready?
Oh. Danielle. Okay, perfect. Danielle, I'll send you that.
That was so close.
That was so close. Erica's gonna be mad when she watched the recording. It was literally on the line. I thought it was Erica. It was like, nope, Danielle. You must need it, dear. The spirit was like, come on over here.
Awesome. All
right, perfect. Let me go ahead and finish up here, and then we're just gonna hang out, guys. Let me thank you guys for all coming to and hanging out. We can go back to the slides too if you guys want to talk about build and grow and all that fun stuff. I'm just wrapping up here, okay? We just have some updates. Actually, that's it. Ask me anything. That's actually the last slide that I have for you guys. It's just the last slide. Oops, I'm not sharing. Is the let's hang out. Ask me anything. Do you guys want to go back through Build, Grow, Thrive? Do you guys have any questions for me? We're hanging out here for the next 30, 45 minutes. I got a hard stop right at 3. But again, we're happy to help. I'm gonna be here until then. Does anyone have any questions for me? Hey, Tia.
Hey, this was great, ladies. Thank you for all the good information.
Thank you. When did you join? What was the slide that you joined on? I'm just curious what you heard.
Oh, what was the slide I joined on? I think you were talking about like organization. No, it was before that, because that one you just said, what were you talking about?
I didn't even see you.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
You just snuck on in here.
It'll come to me. But yeah, that was great. Thank you for that.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I'm doing like 2 trainings at one time. So
okay. Do you want to introduce yourself?
This one is being recorded though, so at least I'll get the replay while I'm missing that one. But I am Tia from Michigan. I am a business owner of several different companies, and what Chryssy was talking about with like organization and feeling frustrated when you have so much on your plate. Having a calendar and having a scheduler is so important. I'm learning how to get things on my phone. Chryssy was helping me with that, showing me how to use the iPhone to schedule some things, have them pop up to you. So that's a great reminder to use. And like she said, what's making you money, put a $ next to it, because you need to be giving all your time and focus to what creating a good income from you. And just staying focused and being positive and believing in yourself. So
yeah. What businesses do you have? Can you share?
I am in the chemicals and disposables industry, which is my main business. And then I have a wellness company and a cleaning company. And right now I'm studying to be a therapist.
Beautiful. What's your number one problem or challenge?
Well, with the other businesses and having a wellness business, I tend to lean on the wellness business more because it brings me happiness, it brings me peace, it brings me joy. My other businesses kind of stress me out a little bit, so I don't really spend too much time. Even though that's
picking favorites.
Yeah, it's like it's not my favorite, but it's like just a couple more years.
Okay, we have a few more people that joined too. If you want to unmute and talk about your business, your challenge. We did introductions earlier in the call. So if you want to unmute and talk about your business. Otherwise, guys, I'm here to hang out. If you guys want to talk about a particular thing, we're structuring. Luckily, all the challenges that you guys have given literally fall into exactly what our workshops will be. So nothing really groundbreaking here, which is great. I do have a resource for you too, Amani, for the capital. I will send you. Remind me if I do not, but I have a note here.
Thank you. Thank you.
You guys are really quiet. You've never been on a call this quiet before. You guys shy?
No.
Hey, how are you?
I am not shy at all.
You want to introduce yourself? I just saw.
Oh, I like that name, Luvinia.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that, Luvinia.
You want to talk about what you're currently doing?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good. I'm just going into publishing because I'm a writer and I'm working on books that I've already done. And now I'm going into thinking about publishing them. So I'm just starting, brand new.
Okay.
But I wanted to say something to Chantia. Did I say it right? Okay.
She said yes.
You know, the wellness part is supposed to give you the balance and the peace you need to navigate the other businesses, right? Yeah.
It does some days, and some days it just does not. And then that is when I have to say, okay, no phone, no TV. Let me just sit in my office and regroup. And
Okay, I hear that. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. Chryssy, this is good.
Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to get on with all of you guys, and we'll send the recap to everyone who couldn't make it. We had a whole bunch of people register. So I'll make sure we send the recap. The Build, Grow, Thrive model will be on there as well. We'll send out those freebies. If you guys don't have any questions, you can either hang out with me or feel free to drop. I'm going to stop sharing my screen because we don't need it anymore. And we can all look at each other's beautiful face.
I have questions for everyone. What brought you, how did you all get to Chryssy? And what has been the biggest thing she's helped you with?
Oh, that's a good question. Can I go?
Sure.
You know, I got a Wix. I started with a Wix website and I needed help. And Christy must have somehow been connected to it. So she sent me an email. I'll be happy to help you. I'll schedule a free meeting with you and whatever questions you have, we'll go through. And so that's what happened. So we had the meeting. It was a free meeting. She said it'd be between half an hour to 45 minutes. It ended up being 50, Chryssy, by the way. And Chryssy was incredible. I mean, she was so helpful. She had a way of A, B, C, this is what you need to do. 1, 2, 3, this is what you need to do. And it was very clear. I mean, there was no fluff. I really felt her heart. She really is an excellent communicator. I was just so, not just impressed, but I just felt so helped by and that's why I'm here today, because I felt so helped by what she gave me. And it made everything so clear. Like one of the things she said, because I was thinking in investing a number of things, and she told me this. She said, because you're just starting out, do not invest in anything. No money. Do A first, number one first, which was, she told me, get my groups together first. Work on getting that. So by the time I get ready to invest some money on whatever, I'll have all of that already together. And so that kind of was a focus and a direction that she gave me. And ever since then, that's exactly what I've been doing. So yeah, very helpful in answer to your question.
Very good. Who's next?
I would like to answer that question because Chryssy and I go a little further back than Gulfside Labels. I'm also a fused glass artist. I do glass on the side, and that was going to be my beginning of my retirement plan. So I started up a business doing that a long time ago. And I met Chryssy, I think it was through Etsy. Was it Etsy or something like that, Crystal? Chryssy?
It was through Thumbtack, my Thumbtack days.
Thumbtack, yes.
I am over that
today. And she created my logo. for Dancing Like Glassworks, and I still use that logo, and I still have that business, and I still do that on the side, not as much as I'd like to, because that's actually a more calming effect for me. But when Gull's Side happened, it was actually my employer at the time wanted to get out of my employment contract. So we agreed I'd take over the business and I'd give him his percentage of the business back. So that's how I got Gull's Side. My very first go-to was Chryssy, and said, okay, I need a logo. By the way, I think this is my name. I want it to be fun. And she then developed my website, which was fun, I think, for all of us.
It was definitely fun.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
Yes, and from there, I got introduced to Trello from my previous employer. So Chryssy helped me with the Trello board some, which I've basically taken off on that. So it's just interesting how one little logo back on Thumbtack days kind of turned into, I was going to use the word mutated, but that sounded ugly. Just morphed into this bigger piece with lots of different avenues, all the way from Trello, website, and logo. So, but I do like her direct sense of humor, so I have to have that.
Next.
I'll go.
Okay.
I think we met on Facebook, maybe in a Facebook group. I'm not sure. Facebook is like the wild, wild west. So I don't really remember what group it was. But I saw her post, and I think at the time I was building my photography company, which is now the parent company to Open Market. And I was looking for some strategy because I wanted to have a brick and mortar and an artist community. And so we were talking about that. And then I feel like time is a warp. So I don't really know what happened in between that and Open Market, but I know that the pandemic was one of those things. And then I started focusing heavy on Open Market, and I started coming to the group meetings. And I think that those were really helpful, those training sessions. And yes, I do agree with you, Julie. Her advice is always direct, and it is comical, and it really has you thinking about what you're doing. And it's very, there's a lot of humility behind it. So I really appreciate that about you, and that you're consistent. I didn't know that you were posting or hosting your podcast for 3 years. That's amazing. Without, breaks. So huge, huge accomplishment. So thank you for just leading and creating this space for us.
Thank you. And just so you guys know, my actual IG Live started because I was in a group 3 years ago now, and she did like a live challenge, and my Capricorn self was like, I'm not gonna not do it. So I participated, and then I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. And then I kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. And so I was not a natural. You think I'm good on camera, but if you should watch some of my earlier videos, I'll probably look just like all of you, which is the same, by the way. You think you look some way, but you really don't. Everyone else thinks you're normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think you are saying things weird or you're stuttering. No one notices but you. So I learned that from just watching myself and critiquing myself. And then just also, I say the same thing all the time. Everything I said today, I've said to each of you probably at least once. So it just kind of comes out much more natural, but that's more for Rhonda. Get out there and do that live, girl.
Yeah, I was just about to speak next. I'm glad you called my name. So I ran across Chryssy. I was up at about 2:00 in the morning on Upworks, and I ran across her bio, and then I clicked on it. I think I sent her an email, and I was so nervous because it was my first time working with someone online that I never met. I didn't know where she lived. So I was so excited that she was in Michigan, even though I still never met her in person. So that's how we met. And then
shade. Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know who she is.
Here. Like, you didn't have to say it like that.
She said, I'm in Michigan. I was like, oh, good. Because everybody on Upworks was in another country, another state. I just was really nervous with this online information. So anyway, that's how I met her. And what I liked about her, she gave me so much information for no cost. And then that's why I didn't mind signing up and paying, because she gave me so much free information. So that's how I met her. And now I'm just rolling right along, getting a little more confident as we go. And that's my story.
Anybody
else? Outside of my team, all we have is Danielle. Thank you for the question, Angela. I appreciate it. I appreciate
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Well, my Chryssy story is similar to Miss Rhonda. I found her on Upwork, and she was my very first experience on Upwork. She helped me pop my Upwork cherry. And similar again to Rhonda, you know, lots of free information, and just in our communication styles, how we give information, how she and I receive information are very similar. I recognize that right off the bat. And because I give in my own business, I give so much information for free. I recognized that in her, and was like, okay, she's someone that I can work with, and I could recognize her work ethic. And again, it's freaky how similar we are, and so yeah, she's really helped me a lot in my business. And I mean, I'm coming as an established business owner. I work with other small businesses, and see a lot, know a lot, and I'm very humble, I think, which is why I'm able to receive so much of what she pours out. And I'm grateful for that, because I have learned so much. So she did my website. I'd already discovered Trello, but she's the one that blew it up for me, like blew it up. So I am now a Trello addict, and have completely addicted several people in my circle to Trello. She's just been great. So I appreciate all that she is, and will always support her in whatever it is she's doing. So that's my 2 cents. But I was just curious how everyone, how Chryssy has managed to bring together, amazing women who, and I'm always curious to see who you all are, and what you all are doing. So all because of Chryssy. So there you go.
Thank you. And thank you, Angela. This is Rhonda. Thanks for your support on the videos, and I try to support you on your videos too.
Yeah,
they are so educational. Yeah, thank you. I guess you up at 3 a.m. like I am sometime.
I am. Yes, I am. Yes. So.
Well, I appreciate all of you. I wasn't expecting all that love. I appreciate it. I really do.
Question on sales processes. I struggle with that. I'm struggling to, because in one business, we don't have a sales process, because we've never had one, because we've never needed one, but we do need one. And so I'm trying to identify sales processes, because again, that December Capricorn in me needs structure and process. And so I'm trying to identify sales activities, sales processes for both businesses. And because I feel like if I can clarify the processes for each, then it'll be easier once I officially merge the two.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's.
Before I answer that, Danielle, did you want to chime in, or did I miss yours? I just want to make sure that we.
Oh, Danielle. Hey, Danielle.
No, you did miss mine. It's okay. So I actually connected with Chryssy, and I virtually met Chryssy and Angela on the same night. I attended a Level Up business boot camp that was put on by an organization that I am part of here in California. And I started messaging and DMing Chryssy, and we hit it off automatically because she's from Michigan. I love all people from Michigan. And so I scheduled a call with her because I was looking to get back into consulting. My business had been in existence for 3 years, but I wasn't at the place where I was looking to grow it or market it or anything. And I had a similar conversation that she had with Rhonda, like, girl, no, you are not ready for this. You need to do X, Y, and Z first. So it was just, I guess I was a glutton for punishment, and I loved her directness and just like the feedback that she provided. There were tears shed, but it was like, I can learn and grow from this woman, and she's Black and she's young and beautiful and dope. And I just want to be aligned with her. So it's been a blessing ever since. I originally joined the full group, but I had to pull back a bit. But I'm looking forward to the opportunity, if there's a slot available, to possibly coming back to the full group.
Love it. So I want to answer that. But the reason, one second, y'all, I've been talking too much. 1 second. I'm good, I promise, just too much on my third pipe. So the sales process question, the reason why I wanted to make sure we got everybody, because I want you guys to look at every opportunity you can for sales. Okay, so if you listen to what everyone just said and how they met me, there's all different places. How can Chryssy be in all these places at once? What you guys just witnessed is me in the build and grow stages trying to figure out what works, right? And so the first step, Angela, is going to be identifying your lead generation sources and what happens, what stages happen in those sources, or in those sources. So I want to just take a step back for a second and just kind of talk through what you guys just heard from a sales perspective. So Danielle met me at a workshop that was not my own. I was a participant, just like Danielle. However, I was chiming into the chat and unmuting and giving my 2 cents, right? So I wasn't in there trying to sell. I was in there just being me. And so every opportunity, I want to just say that because every single conversation you have is a sales activity.
Okay.
Sales is all relationship.
Okay.
So I'm going to use Julie as an example. I met Julie on Thumbtack in my days where I was doing $50 logos and I was burning myself out. Okay. Julie did not come back to me maybe for at least 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
And if you notice, Julie said, I want to just make this really clear so you guys can see what's happening. Julie said, Chryssy came to me first of mine. You want to know how? Not because I was just this amazing logo designer. To be quite frank, the logo I designed is not anything that anyone can't do. It's because I maintained a relationship with Julie over time. So every so often I would check in and say, hey, how's the business? I think she's on my newsletter. So I would be constantly chiming in. So that's when we talk about the marketing aspect of sales and even just sales follow-ups. Each of you have heard me say you got to connect with your audience. That's that personal follow-up. Hey, Julie, how's Glassworks? Oh, you got this new thing? Now I'm following up on Gulfside. What's going on with that? That's interesting. And I'm just having this casual conversation, remembering certain details about her with the help of my CRM system, right? I use Close. Shameless plug. I don't get anything for saying that. It's really great. But with the help of my CRM, I'm able to remember these details and all these different people, right? Same thing with Imani. She met me in some Facebook group. I was launching Bish, the pilot, back when it first started at the end of 2019. And then just connecting with her before it was even started, because I got cold feet for a second there because I'm a human being. I got very overwhelmed. I was waitlisted immediately, had like 30 people sign up. I wanted 5. So I got cold feet like, whoa. And so just maintaining the relationship with her over time. So all of this, really everything you just heard was sales activities. But what I've been able to master over time is understanding what works, playing around with new language. And Gabby's doing some sales training with me right now. And so some of the things I talk about is like, a great example actually. So you already have sales processes, whether you're making sales or not, right? You're already doing something. And if you're doing nothing, then you need to get out there and do something. Yeah. But you're going to take what you're currently doing and look at it and say, how can I improve it? So I'll give you a real example that happened about a month ago in my agency. Mariam and Gabby are helping with sales. And we took a dip in our numbers in January. And so Mariam freaked out, right? She's not hitting her KPI. She's like, oh my gosh, we need another lead generation platform. She didn't even tell me. She just started looking for something. So inside of a team huddle, she's like, oh, I'm looking at this new lead generation platform. I'm like, why? Gabby and I talked about the numbers and first off, track your numbers. But we talked about our analytics, right? What's happening in our sales funnels. And we're like, okay, how can we improve this? So when I actually looked at it, the numbers were down because Chryssy was out like 75% of January. And I'm the closer of my business. So you can think, I say this to say that you can think one thing is wrong, but you got to look at the analytics and what's happening over time in order to be able to truly understand what needs to be done. So you got to be able to track these things. And so, Angela, the best way for you to go about it, and Julie too, because you guys are in very similar stage, peer matchups, you guys are very similar stage. You're going to look at, just take your like top 10 clients and write down how you met them, what stages you went through with them, right? So I met this person here, I did this, I did that. Close is a great addition because the minute you set up close, it will literally give you a timeline. I talked to this person, that person, this person. If you are in the build stage, do not download close. It is $20 a month. You do not need it. I literally can show you the spreadsheet I started with, okay? Do not, I repeat, do not.
Close is magical though.
Close is magical. But it will become, see, what I've learned is it will become another obstacle for the build people. It'll be like, oh, I can't afford this thing.
Absolutely. I can see that. Yeah.
It's magical. But
my issue, oh, sorry. Go ahead, Julie.
I'm sorry. Do you mind? I want to expand on something else you said as far as the sales, because you're right. Your activity, you're representing your business as well as yourself whenever you talk to anybody. My business took off about 8 months ago in a direction that I didn't think it was going to do. Another supplier failed on another brand for my primary client. And I made the comment kind of tongue in cheek and said, I want that. And she laughed and she kind of walked away. 3 months later, she came back to me. She says, are you serious? And she gave that to me and it literally tripled my business. So it's the little things with the relationships that you have that has amazing impact if you have the confidence to tell them what you want. That's yes.
Yeah.
If they love you, then they'll go with you.
Yeah.
And I'm not charging, I'm not even worried about my prices because I am able to supply them and they trust me. So I think that's a big thing on sales that people don't think about.
I struggle with, way back when I first started working with Chryssy, I took a hard look at where our clients come from. And we're in a unique position in that literally 95 to 97% of our clients, could be even a little more than that, are referral, both on the coach side. Well, not so much on the coaching side, but definitely on the biz side, or what I call the firm side. And so I think I've been letting that be the hindrance because it's like, well, there are no sales activity. It's referral. The phone rings. Whereas on the coaching side, there's definitely opportunity because, and Chryssy sort of helped me recognize that. She helped me recognize that because before that, I was like, well, on the coaching side, it's no one's cold, just like on the firm side, no one's cold. They may not have been a referral, but they've experienced me in some form or fashion. So they're coming to me warm and I'm, still all the warm stuff. And I'm, lumping the referrals into that as well. The process is, there. I mean, honestly, we're already at the end, almost at the finish line. And like Chryssy, you know, I can close. I'm a closer. Sometimes that gets me in trouble. But I can close. And so if they come to us, it's pretty much a done deal. If not right then even a few months, you know, they'll circle back. But it's the cold stuff. I'm trying to figure out what that is. And the reason why I'm wanting to really get at that is because I'm in this place and season with the business where I'm so sick of this word, but it's the truth for me, is pivoting. You know, we pivoting and growing. We are busting at the seams, both businesses. And so I'm scrambling to get these systems in place. And because a good portion of the business can flow without me if I get my systems in place. So I'm wanting to go after, you know, different clients, slightly different business. And so that's why I'm kind of like, my sales process, I don't have one. So that's kind of some background for where that's coming from.
So I got like 3 different points I want to make real quick. So you mentioned referrals being a lead generation source for you. So one, even implementing
a lead generation. It's been the.
Gotcha. So implementing an official referral program could be a sales generating or activity for you, right? And then also identifying where those referrals come from, because those are your brand champions. Those are, if all of us should be trying to be creating brand faithful customers, call it BFC, brand faithful customers. Those are your brand champions. And those are the people who are going to become your mini sales team and send you lots of people, right? Just because they like love everything that you do and they'll literally eat anything off the palm of your hand. Okay, and that it exists, right? And so what you want to do is figure out who's referring and go through their work. It starts somewhere. It starts somewhere. It has to start somewhere. So go through that to figure out what was working for you at one point. But you're absolutely right. At some point, you don't need to do sales as much because you're getting all these referrals from the people you've worked with. That's why I tell the builders to just focus. That's why I tell builders to focus on connections, right? Because they don't have many. And so you got to work on that. So, however, your sales activity in the referral process, you said you get the referral and the phone just rings. What happens when the phone rings? Someone picks it up. Do you set up a call? What happens when that call is had? 9 times out of 10 for everyone listening, a referral is easier to close naturally. So you're going to close most of your referrals. But what happens when you don't? How many times do you follow up? Then if they don't move forward, when do you follow up with them to check in on their progress, right? So that is your sales activity, even just within the referral. But definitely for you, Angela, the simple answer, I shouldn't say easy. The simple answer is you got to understand who your clients are. So you talked about pivoting, right? And them being a new group of people. What are their challenges? Where are they hanging out at? Where can you access them? So if you remember one of our first calls that we did with your strategy, we did some brand strategy work, one of our first projects, and we did client profiles for ABR. That's her coaching consulting business. You got to do that same thing for UltraBiz. You have experience with doing it. Understand what are they looking for? What do they care about? What don't they care about? Where are they hanging out at? And that's where you show up first. And then you pivot as you go. You say, Facebook groups aren't working. I'm going to try this other thing. Everybody, people are everywhere you look. I'm pretty sure if I look, there's a park behind me. I'm pretty sure there's somebody standing there. So there are people everywhere in all these different groups and hanging out. So it's just about finding your tribe or your people, to not be so like, your people, and figuring out where they're hanging out and where they're looking for solutions to their problem. So I would tell you to just, because it's kind of like some brand strategy, client profile type work, interview your potential clients, even if they're not working with you yet. If there's someone you know, let's say a referral comes to you, right? and they're the perfect ideal client, but they were a referral. In your consultation, you're going to ask questions like, what have you tried? Where were you looking for solutions? That's going to tell you where to show up. So you can even take your referrals and use them as like a knowledge base, and say, okay, they're trying this, because if you ask what have you tried, that gives you clear understanding of like their mindset. So I've tried doing it myself. So now you got to figure out, for example, some people met me on Wix. That's a lead generation for us. We literally have a thing that pops up and says, hire a professional, and they just send us people, right? So now I know I got to become part of Wix partnership program, because that's how
I met you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you gotta figure out where they're struggling and show up in that place. And then when you show up, you gotta shine, baby. You gotta stick out from the crowd.
I think, and listening to you, I'm realizing a couple of things. I'm clear where the clients are coming. Well, it depends on the business, even with ABR, but a good chunk of them come to us for, because there's some raging inferno. I think you and I have talked about that. I'm me and my firewoman hat, because that's, that they come to us because there's some tax or accounting nightmare going on, or nonprofit related nightmare going on. And in delving deeper, we discover that, there's more there. And I've always run from, never cared for the accounting tax part, the accounting, bookkeeping, tax. It's like, and that's the business that I can run without having to, to be fully present in. But that is a big part of it. I mean, like literally, like, I don't know if she's still on here, but someone in the group was like, oh, accounting? Even though it's like, yeah, okay. But so that's kind of my thing. But I realized this week, probably Monday, Tuesday, I need to just embrace that. I need to just embrace it. It's not that big of a deal. I've kind of looked at that part of the business as the redheaded stepchild. Because it's been a source of distraction. It's oh my God, the state froze my assets or suspended my license, or because of an accounting or tax situation. So I'm over here, doing my thing, rolling. All of a sudden I got to stop and go deal with that. So I've always looked at it as, but really, I need to embrace it and that's some of the pivoting that I have been talking about.
Let me give you a lead generation story.
I have a quick question though, to make sure that I understood you, Christy. And when you were talking about the referrals, when you started answering her question, you said you should organize, or you should get together first a referral kind of like program. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for example, both of my companies have referral programs. You earn incentives for referrals. One thing that you should always understand is that anyone who's referred, you don't have to, unfortunately, I don't think this way, but you don't have to build the same trust with the person, so they're much easier to close. They come to you basically like foaming at the mouth, like, oh my God, this person was raving about you. Please help me, right? So that's how referrals come to you. So it's much easier. So if you don't do anything today, anyone listening to the recording, follow up with all your past clients and say, hey, is there anyone you want to work that you think that could value from my services? Okay. Everyone loves to be the connector. Everyone be like, oh, you have this problem, here's this person. So what you have to do is keep yourself top of mind, so that when they're having these conversations with other people who are struggling just like them, right? Misery loves company, like I said in the beginning, and they're going to refer you to those people. And then they're going to just come to you naturally. And if you give some type of incentive, that's even better, right? But most people, they'll refer good. Like Angela, she's referring me lots of people. Pretty sure Danielle's referred me. Rhonda's like, people will refer good people. So all you got to do is just show up and do your thing.
I see. Okay.
But I wanted to just show you guys like live, right? Like what So Angela's like, well, most of my people, they're coming from tax and they have this issue, right? So one of her lead generation sources could be to have a workshop of how to avoid these issues.
Ooh, that sounds good.
So
Yeah.
if you do a workshop, it could even be like a monthly thing. And whatever those issues are, like stay out of the IRS's inbox, right? That could be the title. And I guarantee you there are going to be people there. And what that does is, one, establish you as a subject matter expert. You're like, oh crap, I don't want to get in trouble, because every business owner doesn't want to get in trouble. We don't, unless you're like doing really bad things. Like, we don't want to get in trouble. So that's immediately going to establish you as like a subject matter expert. And it's going to create lead generation sources for you, right? So the people are naturally going to say, oh, I want this thing. And maybe from that, and this is where we start to build the funnel. Maybe from that free workshop, now the sign up is take this assessment to see if you're doing the right things, right? It's a freebie or some type of like business check-in type of thing where you just now follow these. We gave you a shout out early, Tiffany. We gave you a shout out. You missed it. You don't have to watch the recording, but maybe you take this assessment now, and now I'm in your funnel. Okay, how was the assessment? What do you now need to improve? Okay, let's get on a call and build this package. I'm just brainstorming. This is off the top of my mind. I always tell clients, this is off the top of my mind. Imagine what I could do if I had time to think about it. Okay, so that's just an example of like listening for the opportunities. I always tell people, I haven't said it in a while, but I used to say it a lot, heighten your level of awareness. There are so many like ideas and opportunities you can take advantage of, but you're just not listening the same. I don't think I do anything super crazy. I just listen.
Gotta be a good listener.
Yeah. So Angela, a workshop around those things could generate a pool of people who are struggling with those.
Well, honestly, it's really, I have thought of that, but a big part of it is what I mentioned earlier, and that is I've always treated that practice, that part of the business, as the redheaded stepchild, the one that causes all the problems for me. And problems, I mean, a good problem, good problems to have, but it's always that piece of the business sometimes keeps me from being able to be proactive, because we've thanks to my dad, because he likes to be Captain Save a client, have a reputation for being the one that can pull you out of the fire. So probably 60% of our clients on that side are calling because the house is on fire. So that means interruptions. That mean and that I'm always having to manage. So I need to change my mindset around it, because I was like, well, why have a workshop? Like literally every year that the whole workshop thing comes up, and it's like, why would I want more of those people? But no, I need to change the way I think about it. And one of the things that I've learned is, you that adage, you teach people how to treat you, is true. What was that, Chryssy? Oh,
I was just pointing, like, yes.
Oh yeah. So that old adage, it applies in business as well. I mean, if I ain't learned nothing else, I've learned that, but I forget that when it comes to that part of the business. And if anything, the pandemic and how we had to pivot and switch things up because of the pandemic, was like a slap in the face from my dad in regards to that, because he's been holding on to that credit card machine and letting folks write checks, and nobody going to Zoom. We got a couple of clients that they don't know nothing about Zoom. Miss Eloise don't know nothing about Zoom. Miss Eloise is 97 years old. And the first thing she said was, well, just send me a Zoom, baby. And so, people will, you offer either this or that, and they will figure it out, versus, a menu of 550 things. And, so my dad had to eat crow about several things, but it's been an interesting lesson for me as well. So yeah, so I need to
just accept it. And I just wanted to really like piggyback on my Build, Grow, Thrive model, trademark pendant. No, I'm just playing. You're in the
I don't play.
No, I'm serious for sure.
How
I
I'm
thought
about
about that
that.
when I was building the slides. I was like, this is real good. You know, you ever build something, you're like, oh my God, this is great.
I am. No, claim that.
Ultra Biz is in the grow. And so if you remember, one of the focuses for grow is to build that support staff. So you need to create a barrier between you and the fire. When you got to fight, first off, you're not a real fireman, you know, and neither am I. Like my clients come to me with the same sense of, I need it done ASAP as soon as possible. You know,
right. Yeah, they all come to, well, I mean, no, we've been doing this long enough. We've been doing this long enough. We're able to identify who has a real fire and who's not. But even with a full staff, we, you know, I have to get stronger at that. You know, and I haven't, and again, it's just embracing what is. I mean, it is what it is, and I just, you know, need to embrace that. So no,
you guys see my
right.
screen?
What's that?
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
So you see how it says number 2 says properly delegating work in projects. I'm trying to tell you, y'all, this framework is gold. Okay. Properly delegating. So you saying I still in the grow. You saying I got people, but I'm not using them.
I'm not.
Exactly.
I'm not. You're right. You know, you're right. I'm not. And yeah.
Gil, I'm sorry, Angela. Gil, Throw, and Thrive, is that, how do you get that, Chryssy?
So I'm going to have to send you the recording because I won't be able to whip through it because I got a hard stop at 3. I'll send you the recording. You can speed through it. It's like, I'll try to, Gabby, can we try to put timestamps on the recording so people can go to what they need to go to? Yes. Just like our high level agenda and then what we got through, just in case they want to go back to that point. I know Tiffany's going to want to see it too. Tiffany, we gave you a shout out earlier. We were talking about the YouTube channel and you lighting that fire under my bouquet. And now it's on YouTube for the world to see. So thank you, girl. I appreciate it. I'm glad you were able to come. And then I wanted to comment on Rhonda's question here about the CRM. Rhonda, my dear, you are a builder. Okay, you do not need a so as someone who is very familiar with Wix, the CRM that's in Wix is nothing in comparison to what we're talking about in Close. It will keep track of your contacts. It will not keep track of how often you touch base with them. So what I recommend for anyone watching or even just live, you're going to create a spreadsheet that says person name, company name, last contact, notes.
That's what I have already in Excel.
And so what you're going to do is, see, I was about to get real fancy, but don't even listen to me. You can sort by latest date, you know, of the column and sort by it and figure out who you need to continue to keep up with. So anyone who's asked you about coaching, you guys got to start thinking about your clients as people. Right. So if I say, oh, I'm super motivated, I want you to coach me, and that you stop hearing from me, it's not because I don't like you or don't value you. It's just because I have a life and I have a lot of things going on, and this is important to me. And that's why I said it to you. But then other things came up. So you have to follow up. The quote I love is fortune is in the follow-up. I'm not even joking, guys. If there's ever a moment where I'm like, oh, sales, I'm going to follow up with past clients. Hey, girl, how you been? Like, it's just that simple. Fortune is in the follow-up. If you do nothing, great for Julie too. Hey, we did this last batch for you. How are we looking? I know she keeps track of her inventory. My inventory system says you're getting low. How you doing? Let me help you with that. We're doing a particular sale, etc. You can do all kinds of things, but fortune is in the follow-up. Tiffany, you want to introduce yourself real quick in your business before we wrap? Because I have a hard stop, guys, at 3.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, I was on a walk with my husband. I am Tiffynee. I am a clinical sexologist, spiritual life transformational coach, and a relationship coach. I'm also an author and a speaker. So basically what I do is I'm all 3 of those things, those core things, because a lot of people are not whole. And so if you're not whole within yourself, it's hard to have wholesome relationships with anyone. And then you have the benefit of when you do meet that person and then trying to have wholesome explosive sex. So I'm able to do that and get you focused on you. So when you get to that wholesome relationship, people can pour into you. So you're not wholly like holes in you where things are just falling through. They actually stay and they last and they can be fulfilling to you. And then I wrote a book called Sis, Is It You? That actually makes you look at you and realize that the cheat code to relationship issues and even life is fixing you and recognizing that you are the issue connected to anything, because you can change the direction of how you react, respond, and your mindset of things. So that is who I am. Thank you for the shout out. I'm glad you listen and stuff like that, because you're a powerful person. And I think that's going to be one of your biggest platforms.
Sure, thank you. Thank you. I will definitely send out the recording. I do have to start my next call at 3. I'm gonna send out the recording. Tiffany, make sure that you watch the Build, Grow, Thrive model, because I think you're going to really like it. But if you guys need me, you know where to find me. We just opened up the enrollment. We're starting back again in April. So our first session will be in April. So you guys sign up. The Slack community is still there. We're still hanging out there. So definitely feel free to chime in and ask any questions, all that fun stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Angela,
oh,
hello?
The audio went out.
Who was that? I heard my name. No? Hello?
I think that was Tiffany.
Yeah, it was Tiffany.
Oh, it was Tiffany. Oh,
try it again. I think you're back now.
I said, Angela, I want to thank you because the poetic activist Portia found me through you, and she's now speaking at my conference next week, my first conference, women's conference, and she's closing us out. So I really want to thank you.
She is fire. She works for me. So
oh, Portia.
Yeah, that's Portia. Poetic activist. That's Portia.
Oh,
yep,
wow.
she's the one that keeps me together and be knocking me upside my head. And sometimes I'm like, okay. So,
she's bomb.
Yep, way bomb. She's worked for me for, gosh, maybe 8 years, something like that. So yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm glad. I'm so glad. You will not be disappointed.
All right, ladies, I got to start my 3. If you guys have any questions for me, you know where to find me, and I will see you all in April.
Okay.
All right, we'll send a recap shortly. Bye. Thank you.